What's going on, fellas? This is old school, better known as 76 Papa 10. There are four stages of this business: company driver, lease operator, owner operator, and independent. What is a company driver? A company driver has no more responsibility than to get the freight from the shipper to the receiver. He is not responsible for any maintenance on the vehicle. Companies will tell you, man, if you can adjust the slack adjusters, and that's not your job. A company driver is not responsible for fuel. If a company driver breaks down, he can call the company and the company will repair the vehicle. Okay? That's what a company driver does. You have no more responsibility to that company than to go and run your miles, take the truck back when it's done or when you're finished with that company. Basically, that's it. That's what a company driver is. Next one, lease operator. A lease operator is more like a security guard is to the police department. Basically, you're just a lease driver. You have the responsibilities of an owner operator, but you don't own the truck. Most guys go into leasing and they just sign the contract without reading it. Read the contract, man. But what ends up happening is they go into these leases, and we call them fleeces back in the day. A fleece is when they're going to fleece you. That truck that you're buying, and I'm here to tell you, has been paid for maybe 4, 5, 6 times more than you got it. Before you got it, it was already paid for. Now you're paying for it again on the second time. That's why you don't have any, when you look on your credit, it doesn't show a commercial loan. See, when you get a commercial loan, it shows on your credit, and it shows that you can pay, a vehicle off in a certain amount of time, which looks better on you, so that when you do go to, say, purchase your second or third truck, if that's what you're going to do, that commercial loan or the commercial credit lets them know that you will pay the loan, you will pay the truck. But as a lease operator, you're basically just making sure that all the maintenance is done. They tell you, oh yeah, it's your truck, until you mess up. Then it's no longer your truck. You're done. And a lot of guys, I've seen the horrors. I've heard guys crying. They pay so much money into this truck only to have, and that's another thing with a lease that you guys don't know. Should that company fold, you don't own that truck. So when that company folds, guess what goes with that company? They're going to come in and they're going to do inventory, and that truck doesn't belong to you. I don't care how much money you've paid in. You may have paid thousands and thousands of dollars for it. You'll never own it. You'll never own it. And there's a balloon payment at the end, a buyout. Some say $1, but you must read the contract. All right. So that's what a lease operator is. The other one is an owner operator and an independent. Now, depending on how long the video let me go, I can give you both. There's a difference. An owner operator is a guy who owns his truck or paying his truck note every month and goes to a company to have that company do all the billing, i.e. say like Art Transport in Van Buren, Arkansas. What that company does is you can get some, like them, you can book your own loads, or they'll book the loads for you. You'll get a rate con sheet. They'll sign the rate con sheet, and you basically just take the freight from point A to point B. You are responsible for all your maintenance. Most companies want an escrow. Okay. But the top of the food chain is the independent. What is an independent, Big D? An independent driver is someone who, like an owner operator, owns his own truck. Like an owner operator is responsible for his maintenance. The difference between the two is that an owner operator that might be running under somebody else's authority, because that's what owner operators do, they run under someone else's authority and MC. Okay, they don't have their own authority, so they run under someone else's. When you do that, if say you have a breakdown, some companies will, I'm not saying all, but some will make sure that that vehicle is taken care of if you don't have the funding. This is why we tell you, save your money. Save it. It's not your money, it's the company's money. Pay yourself a salary, or pay what any other company will pay you. If a company's going to pay you 60 cents a mile, pay yourself 60 cents a mile. The rest goes to the I can't tell you how many times, and I'm telling you this for a reason, I can't tell you how many times that a truck will break down. It's a mechanical machine. It was made by man, so it's going to break down. It's just a matter of when and where. New trucks break down just like used trucks break down. They all break down because they're machines. So what I'm telling you in so many words, man, is, you know, do your due diligence. But that's what an owner-operator is. He basically runs under somebody else's authority, but he also has the responsibilities that the independent would have, whereas the independent is just what it says, independent. There is no middleman. You can go to a company, they'll give you a fuel card, and then they take it out of your weekly settlement. You can go to a company and say, hey man, my truck broke down, XYZ. Because they see your settlement before you see it. So they're going to get their money off the top. That's not a problem. But when it comes down to it, you should be trying to do your own due diligence and pay your own bills, man, because you're running a business. You can't depend on other people, as I always tell my son, you know, because other people will let you down. As you see the situation I'm in now, waiting on a mechanic. Independent. What an independent does is he has his own authority. He has his own DOT number. He files his VOC. He also does his highway use tax. Owner-operators also have to pay for highway use tax, but an independent also has to pay for it. But when you say independent, meaning there's nobody there to help him. He's doing it all on his own. When it comes to that 6-month audit with DOT, he has to do it. He has to set himself up with a consortium. Everything is on him. Get it? That's the top of the food chain, we call it, independent. A lot of guys that are owner-ops will run under somebody else's authority because of insurance reasons. Number one, a lot of companies can get you insurance under group plans, whereas an independent has to go out and search for his own insurance, and he know he can't mess up. And that's what you need to ask these guys. Are you an owner-operator independent, or are you just an owner-operator? Because an owner-operator, there is no difference. They're both pretty much, it's just one has chosen to eliminate the middleman, the independent. He is responsible for his fuel. He don't get a fuel card. He does, but I'm gonna tell you about that part too. Well, why don't I go ahead and tell you that? Well, what is it, Big D? Well, basically they do factoring. What factoring does is they'll give you a fuel card, and that fuel card you use through the factoring company, which charges you anywhere from 7 to 15% on your loads. You have to send them your bills, and then they go to the companies that the shippers and the receivers with those signed bill of lading. Make sure you read your bills. Even now, you have a chance, if you're planning on going further in this industry, read your bills. You get them because somebody has to sign them for somebody to be paid. Make sure they're signed, but read them completely. That's a contract. Okay, if you understand torts, the rate con is a contract between you and between the shipper and the driver, or between the shipper and the company that you're running under, whoever authority you're running under. But when it comes down to it, you need to read that. You need to read that rate con. Most guys will run, the lowest I've seen is $2.50 a mile, but most guys keep it up above $3. And sometimes you can get it for 4 and 5. Just depends. We'll get into more to that also, but I'm going on the owner-operator side now, since people want to see how much knowledge I have on the owner-operator side. So I'm fixing to give it to you. You'll start seeing it in my content. But an independent is, they do factoring. Now, you don't want to stay under a factoring company. A lot of guys do, but you want to stack your chips. You want to have at least 30 or 40 grand in the bank. Why? Because if you read that contract, it says they have 15 to 30 days to pay. Okay, some places will pay early, but there's a fee. Some places will pay you in 15 days. Some people will pay you in 30. Some people will pay you in 45. Depends on what the contract. That's why I said you need to read the rate con, do your due diligence. But that's why a lot of guys go to factoring companies, because factoring companies are giving them money right now. And then if there's a problem, and that's the nasty part of the business. If there's a problem and a customer doesn't pay, the factoring company comes back to you, and they'll go and try to get the money. But if they can't get the money, guess who has to pay out of pocket? So this game, there's many ways, there's many avenues to this game, man. Many avenues. If I'm a customer, if I'm a shipper and I don't pay that driver, you know, I think you got to be careful, because it's a lot, man, and I'll get into it. So far as the owner-operator side, it's a lot to it. I didn't really want to touch on it, but I'll touch on it here and there, especially when it comes to insurance, man. Even in your personal, you got to keep your nose clean all the way 100%, because you're running a business. And as an independent, you have nobody to turn to but yourself. And that's the way guys like it. They don't want to have to answer to nobody. They like being independent. So they go get their own authority. Own authority will run you about, you do it yourself. Most people go to companies and have the companies do it for them, and it takes time. But with a new authority, usually a lot of places will not hire you so far as you trying to book loads on the lower board. They won't hire you. Now there are some out there like C.H. Robinson, TQL. They'll work with you if you have less than 6 months. But the thing is, you're trying to get that time in, and you have to play nice, because there's a grading system in this business. You have to keep your CSAs up. You have to keep your safer scores up. You can't be farting around when it comes to independent, and it's not a game, man. You can go bust real quick, especially because the broker sees, well, you're on Safer Web, and we can't. And the brokers have their own board. I forgot. I wish I remember. I'll think of the name of what they call it, the brokers. But they have their own board. And if you're a mouthy person and you be talking crap to these brokers, guess what's in store for you there, partner? Blackball. They don't tell you that, but they can blackball you. That's why it's best to be professional, regardless, no matter what. You walking in the shipper now talking smack to him, oh, you taking too long, woofing, blowing them woof tickets. When you come up to the independent side, when you come up to the owner-operator side, it is not a game. They will put you out of business. You will not be able to drive that truck 5 feet, okay? So you really need to do your due diligence. That's why they were telling you, start at the company side, start at the fleet side, because you'll at least get a chance to see what it's like, what the business is like. One tire run you $500, brother. How many tires is on the tractor? So, and then that's when you start getting credit and maintaining the credit, because you can go bust real quick. It's easy to watch the money come in, but it's more easier to go bust. Okay? So I'm telling you, that's why the guys, even the old heads, used to tell me even back in the day. What I tell you, the phone always ring when I'm doing a video. But that's what I was trying to tell you guys, or that's what they were trying to tell me back in the day. They were trying to tell me straight up that you know, you really are not ready for it, because it's a real headache, man. You got to keep on top of your filings. You have to do your quarterly taxes. You just have to stay on top of everything. It's a lot of paperwork, man. A lot of paperwork. It's not hard, but it's the headache part of it, of doing it. But I wanted to touch on that for you guys, because guys were like, well, what about the owner-operator side? So I'm telling you about the owner-operator side now, okay? I'll add it in things that I do, but yeah, it's not a game, dude. You can go bust real quick, and this is why I said you need 30, 40 grand put back, because you may need a motor or you may need a transmission. Well, you got to find a mechanic that is not going to give you the shaft, so to speak, because that mechanic shouldn't hold your truck like this one is holding mine for over a year. Okay, I've been without my truck for a year, so imagine how much money I've lost in 6 months. And I'll show you guys, I'll show you a W-2. I gotta fix it so that my personal information ain't out there, but within a 6 month period I cleared 113,000. and I'm not gonna lie, because I'm gonna show it to you on paper. That was for 6 months, I believe. Was it 6 months? I think that was when COVID had, oh, excuse me, I didn't mean to say that. The 19 came in. Slowed us down a little bit, but I was running reefer at the time. But I'm telling you, the owner-operator side is no joke, man. You need to be ready for it. You can't just jump in with both feet and go, I'm gonna do it. I could do it. I could do it. No, you can't. You have to understand the business from the front side. That's like somebody trying to go in and be a doctor that didn't go to school. This business ain't no joke, man. You can get like my mentor told me a long time ago. You don't know what's gonna bite you first, a copperhead or rattlesnake. Okay, you just don't. Okay, so what I'm telling you guys is, if you want to go to the owner-operator side and it's just in your veins, then you need to learn it from the bottom up. This is not something you start from the top to the bottom. Some guys can do it, but it's very few and far in between, because it's a lot, man. Especially, and a lot of guys, they'll go and they'll say, man, this is just too much headache, too much work. I'm gonna take, and a lot of people will blow smoke up you to get them dollars from you. That's why I told you need at least 30, 40,000. That's after you get the truck and make the truck payments every month. And that's after you go through the thing of making it road ready. Because road ready is another thing. See, there's a lot of intricate parts to this business, man, that you guys don't know. And I'm telling you straight up, because I've been on both sides, and I'm on the owner-operator side if I can ever get my truck back. But there's a lot of intricate parts to this business, and you need to know what you're doing, because one misstep, you'll fall off the bridge, brother. And I mean that. A lot of guys will go under, you know, and these truck prices that you see right now, don't do it. They're too high for a used truck. If you get a truck with over 800,000 miles, I don't care if it's new or used. Oh, excuse me, I apologize. I'm getting ahead of myself. If you get a new truck with 0 miles, you're gonna have the warranty, but you're still gonna be coming out of pocket for something. If you get a used truck, you wanna get one with less than 600,000 miles, because most people aren't gonna tell you, and I'm gonna tell you straight up. And we're gonna really get into this, because now I'm ready. It took me a minute. These trucks now, they're running them because I guess the new Freightliners are, you know, I don't like them, but you know, it is what it is. I like the look, but I don't like the automatic transmission. You are going to shell out something for that truck. With a used truck, I like standards myself. You should be getting one for about 30 or 40 grand. Not these tremendous prices you're seeing right now. 30 or 40 grand. Why? Because it's high mileage. And make sure when you purchasing them, if you're purchasing it from a private seller, he must have all the paperwork. Everything he's spitting game on, make sure he got the paperwork. Hey man, I had an overhaul, an in-frame or out of frame, or, you know, make sure he got the paperwork for it. Y'all wanted to hear it. I hear you out there barking social media. Showed up. I'm going there with it now. Now you happy? But I'll touch more on our operating side. It's a lot, man. There's a lot of intricate parts to this owner-operator side. It's a lot, and you guys are going to try to step into something that you know nothing about. And guys aren't going to sit there and go, I told you so. Guys are going to say, man, we told you to start at the bottom. Did you listen? You were too overly anxious to jump in with both feet. And when you jump in with both feet and you don't know what you're doing, what happens? You burn up. Especially if you're jumping in a wood stove or fire. So I'm just telling you, man. But that's kind of what the owner-operator side, a little bit, because it's a lot to it, man. A lot. That's why I said, give this video a thumbs up, smash that like button, and I'll come at you with it. You can put your comments or questions, put them in the comments. I read them all the time. I'm not one of them guys that sit back and go, well, he ain't doing a video. No, I'm going to bring you the video, and I'm going to bring you the content of what I said I was going to do. Like I brought you the Kingpin one. Like I brought you the tandem axle one. Yeah, the tandem on the trailer, how you know, measure it out so you don't have to keep spending all kind of money. Protect your CDLs, man. It's not that serious. Freight, it's not that serious, okay? It's not that important. No freight is more important than your life. Your CDL is more important to you and your family, man. You know, and you know, I want you guys to be blessed. You know, you're talking to an old head here, and I'm getting on the sensitive side now. But if you got any questions about anything, come at me. When I went to college, I used to have a little blue table out there. Before I know it, I had a lot of friends because they wanted to know about financial aid. They wanted to know about Pell Grants. They want to know if they qualify. And I had all the info, and I just spit game. I didn't hold nothing back because it was given to me freely, and I'm going to give it back to you freely. So that's why I said, smash the like button, subscribe, because I'm always coming with something different. Subscribe to the channel, and also, you know, put your comments down below and give me some questions, man. I'm an open book. If I don't know, I'll find the answer for you. But I've been around for a long time, so I got a lot of the answers. You know, I have a brother that's a driver, and he's been in it for over 40 years. But he's choosing to do it through a direct customer, which with his direct customer, he's going to constantly, same check, same payday, same everything. It's kind of like buying a house and rent. Rent keep going up, but your mortgage stay the same, don't it? All right, this is 76P10. Better known as old school. They call me Big D. If you see me out there, don't be scared. Come on, shake a hand. Say what's happening. You know, I know if you know you real or not. I'm a good judge of character. I've been around for a while. I'm pushing 60, man. But yeah, most people would say I was a pup. Yeah, so. Man, I just thought I'd put that out there for y'all, man, and, you know, kind of understand it a little bit for y'all, or make it understandable for y'all, man. But yeah, that's the four that you have to deal with: company driver, lease, or fleece. And you guys running them leases, man, I know. You got tired of driving at 65. I know. Been there, done that. You got tired, and we all been there. Man, I'm tired of driving at 65. Everybody passing me. I can't move. I'm stuck behind this other truck driving at the same speed. Man, I'm tired of this, man. They're telling me what to do, and I'm fed up, and I don't want to deal with it no more. Man, there's got to be a better way, man. I'm not making no money at this. I'm only making cents per mile. See, we had all those thoughts. Everybody around you had them same thoughts. We know what you're going through. We know the pain that you feeling. But jumping into a lease because, hey man, we ain't gonna do a credit check. Yeah. Ask them if they're gonna put it on your credit and see what they say. They'll dance around it all day long. That's why. Now you see, now you got a real old head in here to tell you the truth. You know, yeah, and I'll tell you, and I'll give you another little story. I always give you a story at the end, I guess. I'll be like one of the channels I seen. Prime Trucking. When Prime first came in the business, Who you think was the fastest truck on the highway? Man, you couldn't catch a prime truck. Them trucks was running fast from the east to the west. Prime, the same prime you see out there driving slow. They was the fastest truck on the highway. Couldn't catch them. Not at all. Not by. You come up on a prime truck, you think twice, cause you know, oh damn, that's prime. Oh man, let me back up. That's how guys knew, you know. That's how I said, you know, you have to be able to judge distance, and you have to know what trucks can do what and what trucks can do what speed. But yeah, you couldn't catch a prime truck, bro. No way in hell. So, but yeah, those are the four. Company driver, lease or fleece, and damn, I'm gonna have to go here in a minute. They keep calling. Lease or fleece. What else? Company driver, lease or fleece, because you're getting fleece, bro. I'm sorry. I gotta tell you, you are getting fleece. If they paying $5,000 on a load and you only getting 1,000 of it, or they paying 4,000 on the load and you're not making more than 2,500. I'm gonna tell you right now, as an owner operator, a real owner operator, not a lease driver, a truck you buy on your own, when times are good, because you're gonna have good times and bad times. Everybody jumping ship now because it's bad. That makes more room for the guy. The guys will tell you straight out, well, if that's what you want to do, go ahead, because they know the less competition, the more money. I'm gonna tell you straight out. I'll pull some of my settlements for you, and you're gonna be shocked. Anywhere from on a low end of $4,000 a week, up to 10,000. Some guys pull 12 a week. I didn't say a month, I said a week. And I went in there, I seen some of my old settlements. I'll show you. You know, a lot of guys be like, well, show me on paper. I'll show you on paper. And that's usually before deduction. So you usually walking home with anywhere from $5,000 to $6,000, bruh. And you want to be under a lease? Really? They call that not a true owner operator. Okay? We see you out there under that lease. And the truth be told, because it ain't no sense in holding back on it, man. Let's just be honest. You know, a lease should be no more than just to get in and get your money and get out. So you should be looking to buy your own truck. The prices are coming down now, so you should be looking, and a lot of it has to do with credit. But if you come up with 10 to 20% down for that truck that you want, dude, you winning. Now you put that 10 and 20% down, you should make that back within a few months. If you're doing your due diligence and saving that money. Put it this way, live like a pauper. Go to Walmart, like I told you in the first videos. I told y'all, Walmart. Some of the Walmarts are not gonna like you in there, but you'll be able to tell going down the highway. That's why I said read, look at everything, because you'll be, if you watching. Yeah, I told y'all. They keep ringing my phone off the hook. They can ring it off the hook all they want to. I'll get it back when I can. But like I said, read everything. The Walmarts that you can go in, you'll see. And a lot of times what you can do is pull around back where the docks are, but they've been putting up signs that you can't park there. But yeah, you'll know the Walmarts because you see other trucks, and then they actually have spots for trucks to park. Walmart's losing money on truck drivers, but then truck drivers have messed it up for other drivers by throwing your apple juice bottle outside, bruh. Where everybody gotta go at some point in time. So why you throwing it out? Throwing it in the trash, bruh. Where's your home training at? Was you born in a barn? I guess so. But yeah, man, I just thought I'd come on here. I gave y'all that one earlier, how to get from behind the kingpin, because it does happen. It's happened to me many a times. But I had to figure out a way to get from behind it, because I had to get to where I had to get to. And that's the thing about it, you know. But man, I'm telling you, bruh, I'm telling you, you really have to do your due diligence, man. If you plan, if diesel's in your veins, because once it's get in your system, you can run the mama all day long. You can hide under the wifey. Every time you get on that highway, you're gonna be looking and be like, she gonna look at you, go, what's wrong? It's calling me back. And you're gonna be like, damn. See, y'all always wonder why guys put in 30 and 40 years, and a lot of guys go, man, I'm just gonna do about 4 or 5. You can't. Because you try to go into a regular 9 to 5 job, and you're gonna be like, F this BS. I'm gone. Because you your own boss, you ain't got nobody standing over you. You the captain of your ship, and it's already been injected in your veins. The smell of the diesel smoke, the fact that you on a 24-hour shift, man. The fact that you're out here with the rest of the guys, the fact that you can't drive up the highway, and it just gets instilled. There's been times where guys have actually drove up in their personal vehicle in the scale and get on the scale and look around and go, damn, what am I doing? And then the scale master looking at them like, can I help you? And it's like, it's ingrained. It's ingrained, man. It's hard to get out your blood once you know how to do it. It's hard, real hard. But yeah, man, it's been fun, y'all. Hey, and don't worry, I'll be back with more videos. I'll be back to talk about the owner-operator side more. It just took me a minute. I had to get my hair clear because I'm real pissed off right now. You know, I'm waiting, just waiting, you know. And he's talking about it's complete, but he ain't called me, have you? Shoot, anyway. Yeah, man, so it is what it is, you know. Sometimes you have to just give the glory to the Most High, you know, and thank Him for the good and the bad, you know, because I told my brother, would let the chips fall where they may, man. Because the way I feel is like, you know, it is what it is, you know. It's going to turn out how it's going to turn out. Keep me in your prayers, you know. I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm just speaking for me. You know, God has brought me a long way, you know, and, you know, when you're taking food out of somebody's family's mouth, that's not right. So it'll pan out how it pan out, man. Anyway, this is old school 76 Papa 10. Good talking to y'all. Like I said, smash that like button, bruh. And subscribe, man. Subscribe, you know, that way you'll be able to know when I throw up a new video about something. Yeah, those videos that I did before, that's because you guys are newer than most guys out here, so you don't know. You're stepping fresh off the bus, you know, like they're doing boot camp, you know.